Hello, my name is Maria Jolicoeur. Welcome to my show, Let's Talk About History. I'm going to be talking about three holidays in May: Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, and Memorial Day. So I hope you enjoy my show. This comes from the Bella magazine website. 7 fun facts about Cinco de Mayo you probably didn't know about. So today is Cinco de Mayo, and I wish everybody a happy Cinco de Mayo holiday. Although Cinco de Mayo is generally celebrated in Mexican American communities in the U.S. on a larger scale, it's a national holiday in Mexico. Here are some fun facts about Cinco de Mayo. Don't miss a beat. It's not Mexico's Independence Day. That's September 16, 1810. The date commemorates the Mexican victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla on May 5, 1862. Because it's not a federal holiday, offices, banks, and stores remain open. Celebrations are mainly held around the state of Puebla, which was the site of the 1862 battle. You can thank President Franklin D. Roosevelt's good neighbor policy for the holiday's popularity. This policy, which was enacted in 1933, sought to improve the relationship between America and Latin American countries. Cinco de Mayo is celebrated by people of Mexican descent. Cities such as Chicago and Houston host annual Cinco de Mayo events that draw hundreds of thousands of celebrants. Los Angeles has one of the largest celebrations, which includes the Fiesta Broadway Street Festival in honor of Latin American culture. The holiday is celebrated by many by wearing and making authentic clothing and food. This date brings fiesta and parades. Here's a picture of a lady in authentic clothing. You can see that. There's an official Cinco de Mayo dish, mole poblano. Avocado sales boom every year. There's avocados here. In fact, according to the California Avocado Commission, people consume 87 million pounds of avocados for the holiday. Unsurprisingly, May 5th also sees an uptick in margarita sales. So Mother's Day is coming up, and this comes from softschools.com. Mother's Day facts. Mother's Day facts. Mother's Day originated in the United States in the early 1900s. Although there are older traditions that celebrate similar holidays, they are not considered to be the origins of Mother's Day. Mother's Day is meant to honor mothers and their influence in society, maternal bonds, and the motherhood itself in the United States and Canada. It is celebrated on the second Sunday in May, but in other parts of the world, it is sometimes celebrated in March, as well as in other months. Interesting Mother's Day facts. Mother's Day is often associated with Mothering Sunday, a Christian holiday that are not related to each other. Mother's Day has also been linked to Cybele, a Greek tradition, and Hilaria, a Roman festival. Again, they are not related to Mother's Day. The first Mother's Day was celebrated in 1908. Anne Jarvis honored her mother Anne Jarvis with a memorial. Anne Jarvis has started a committee in 1868 to establish Mother's Friendship Day. Her motivation had been to reunite families after the Civil War. She died in 1905 before Mother's Day became a holiday. In 1912, Anna Jarvis trademarked both Mother's Day and the second Sunday in May. She also created Mother's Day International Association. Mother's Day became a recognized holiday in 1914 in the United States. By the 1920s, it had become so commercialized already that Anna Jarvis was disappointed. The holiday was then adapted into many other countries. In the 1800s, attempts were made to celebrate mothers in various parts of the U.S., but none of them reached beyond their local areas. Approximately 122 million phone calls are made to moms on Mother's Day in the United States. In most countries and languages, the word for mother begins with M. The most common flower for Mother's Day is the carnation, pink and red for mothers who are alive, and white for those who have passed away. A legend states that carnations were made from the tears of Jesus' mother, when she wept at his feet when he was crucified. Of all the flowers bought for holidays, 1/4 are purchased for mothers. In Bolivia, the date chosen for Mother's Day was based on the day that women participated in a battle. Other countries have also chosen the day for Mother's Day to coincide with holidays that also celebrate women. The writer of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, Julia Howe, tried to start a Mother's Day in 1872. It was an anti-war observance first held in 1872. It continued in Boston, but after 10 years, it had lost its popularity. In the former Yugoslavia, children would tie up their mothers on Mother's Day. In order to be freed, she had to pay them with treats. Mother's Day is celebrated in close to 50 countries in different parts of the world. Now this comes from about Memorial Day. 12 surprising facts about Memorial Day, Bob Villa website. The tradition goes back to ancient times. The practice of setting aside a special day or time in honor to honor the fallen is not new. Ancient Greeks and Romans held annual days of remembrance for departed comrades. Public displays of mourning for fallen soldiers were common, like the speech by Athenian general Pericles in 431 BCE, praising he had courage of soldiers who fought in the Peloponnesian War. Peloponnesian War. Yeah, this is a on May 1st, 1865, more than 1,000 newly freed slaves, as well as members of the U.S. colored troops and white residents of Charleston, South Carolina, met in a prisoner of war camp to honor the Union dead. They sang hymns, recited scripture, and laid flowers on the newly consecrated graves. The gathering preceded the official observance of Mother's Day by 3 years. In 1868, after the Civil War, General John A. Logan, Commander-in-Chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, called for a national holiday commemorating fallen soldiers. Initially observed every May 30th, the holiday was originally called Decoration Day until 1967, when the name changed. During the Vietnam War, the date was also moved to the last Monday of May, when it became a federally mandated holiday in 1971. Confederate women inspired national unity. The Cleveland Daily Leader on May 9, 1866, commending Southern women during their first celebration of Memorial Day. In an act of grace and forgiveness, women across the South laid flowers on the graves of Confederate soldiers as well as their former Union enemies. While the actions of those 19th century women were aimed at a greater national unity, today 9 Southern states still recognize a Confederate Memorial Day. Its birthplace is contested. Over 24 towns and cities claim to be the first to have celebrated Memorial Day. In 1866, 2 years before the federal commemoration of Arlington National Cemetery, however, that distinction was originally given to Waterloo, New York in 1966 by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The reason? The town has an unbroken legacy of honoring our National Day of Remembrance. Anti-war protests are part of the legacy. Memorial Day has sparked protests, including by veterans opposed to war. In 1971, the year of the first federally mandated Memorial Day, America was still fighting the Vietnam War. The New York Times reported anti-war protests across the country. In Boston, for example, about 200 veterans wearing battle fatigue and carrying plastic rifles arrived at Boston Common. They were seeking to I don't have the rest of that. They were anti-war protesters. Violence has tragically occurred on Memorial Day. The most violent labor dispute in U.S. history, the Memorial Day Massacre, took place in Chicago on May 3rd, 1937. Striking workers at the Republic Steel Mill, as well as families and community workers, were stopped by a line of Chicago police officers outside the mill gate. 10 protesters died and about 90 people were injured by police clubs, tear gas, and bullets. Sadly, on Memorial Day weekend, 2019, violence again erupted on Chicago's west side. Acts of charity are encouraged. While it was Union General John A. Logan who championed a National Day of Remembrance, the holiday grew directly from President Lincoln's hope for true reunion between North and South. The only real way to move forward after such severe hostilities which claimed the lives of more than 600,000 Americans on both sides, was acts of charity and forgiveness by men, women, and children across the nation. This legacy continues with donations and acts of service encouraged on Memorial Day, especially in support of our troops and their families. The National Moment of Remembrance Act was passed by Congress on December 2000. It requires Americans to pay homage to our troops with a moment of silence at 3:00 p.m. local time on Memorial Day. Various organizations, including Major League Baseball, uphold this law. Amtrak trains blow their whistles to observe the moment, and flags are required to be at half-mast to commemorate the dead and wounded. Poetry fuels our remembrance. Two poems in particular are important to the history of Memorial Day: Francis Miles Finch's The Blue and the Gray, and Colonel John McCrae's In Flanders Field. Finch, a Northern judge during the American Civil War, asked the victors, "Banish our ange forever when they laurel the graves of our dead." McCrae served as a brigade surgeon in World War I. The first lines of the poem are famous: "In Flanders Field, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row." The poppy is now a universal symbol of remembrance for fallen soldiers. It is a day to honor the nameless, too. It is customary that each Memorial Day, U.S. presidents offer remarks to the nation at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. According to official records, caskets containing remains of unknown soldiers from World War II and the Korean War arrived in Washington, D.C. on May 28, 1958. On May 30th, let's hope for peace. On May 30th, 1958, then the official date of Memorial Day. It's hard to read. The caskets were transported to Arlington Cemetery, where they were interred in the plaza. Beside their World War I comrade. President Eisenhower awarded each the Medal of Honor. Memorial Day 2020 is unprecedented. Typically, major cities across the U.S. celebrate Memorial Day with big parades, including the National Memorial Day Parade held along Constitution Avenue in Washington, D.C., in honoring those who have served in the American Revolution up to present-day conflicts. However, due to COVID-19, the special event has canceled this year, along with countless other public displays of gratitude and celebration across our nation. Let's all find our own unique way to honor those who have sacrificed. Oh God, sorry. Who have sacrificed their lives for our country. Well, I hope you enjoy the holidays in May and have safe and happy holidays. Thank you.